I'm Jerome Weeks. With whole worlds of video online and on TV channels, how do we find what's truly unusual and independent? Charles D. Mitchell will help do that work for you. Mitchell is a freelance writer on the arts. He's contributed to such magazines as Art and Culture, Art in America, and Photo Eye. In 2008, with the Video Association of Dallas, he co-created the first program, a curated video exhibition. This month, the program returns with a new set of screenings and an exhibition. D, welcome to Think.
Thank you for having me.
Now, it seems counterproductive. The Video Association of Dallas already has a festival of videos, so why create the program?
This is the 23rd year of the Video Festival. September will be the 23rd year. And there has always been components within that that are definitely from the video art world. They weren't always the neatest fit because the way the festival works, things more or less have to be narrative. They have to have a seated audience, and just actually the bulk of video art is non-narrative, and you're not expected to sit down. The time frames, I know in the exhibition one piece runs for 8 hours. Oh. One piece loops every 2 minutes. So
this is a way of taking a segment of that whole menu of items.
It was always thought that the video art got lost in the mix, and so 2 years ago, Bart Weiss, the director of the festival, asked Carolyn Sorter and I to actually put together the event that would just focus on video art.
Now, some of these videos that you're showing this year have been screened in New York, so they've gotten media attention, but others are more obscure. Where do you look for these?
Several of them have already made festival circuits. Like you say, Rape of the Saving Women has probably the highest profile because it showed at MoMA for a time and has played art festivals in Europe. Double Take has been, it's a documentary as such. It's a different kind of documentary, but it's been playing festivals. And actually we tried to get it 2 years ago, or a year ago, for the regular festival, but it was tied up with Sundance.
Now, you have 3 full-length videos that are showing that are really unusual, remarkable looking, and I want to talk about some of them. Double Take, you mentioned, is by the Belgian filmmaker Johan Grimenprez. And it's about Alfred Hitchcock and his fascination with doubles and alter egos, and he ties that to Cold War fears. Let's take a look.
This evening's tale begins with a nightmare-like experience, but that is only a prelude to the terrifying events which follow.
They say that if you meet your double, you should kill him, or that he will kill you. I can't remember which, but the gist of it is that 2 of you is 1 too many. By the end of the script, 1 of you must die.
But first we have another device which can bring tears to the eyes of the more fastidious. A television commercial.
Oh, Mr. McGregor. Oh, thank heavens you're still here.
Oh, I was just about to go home. What's wrong, Janie?
I've got to do something about my coffee.
Now, it's a cliche that Cold War fears fueled sci-fi movies about UFOs and radioactive monsters, but this is different. This is about Hitchcock himself, but it also is about television.
It's very much about television, and I think Hitchcock was probably the first director to turn himself into a brand name. And he did it, it was already starting before television because he always appeared in his own films. But once he went on TV, he became the character Alfred Hitchcock. The other footage that's in in Double Take, the kitchen cabinet confrontation between Khrushchev and Vice President Nixon, for example, it suddenly raises the question of, at that point, are they playing themselves for television? Do they? And in fact, it becomes very clear that Khrushchev does not yet know how to play himself for television.
The other video that's remarkable is Gravity Was Everywhere Back Then. If a surrealist like Louis Buñuel had wanted to create a film about rural American eccentrics, it might have looked something like this. It's quite magical and strange. And let's take a look at the opening of it.
Sure.
This is Gravity Was Everywhere Back Then. It's a true story about this guy named Leonard Wood who lived outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And when his wife Mary was diagnosed with cancer, he thought he could build their house into a sort of healing machine that would save her life. Mary got sick about 2 years after their wedding, and Leonard kept frantically building the house for the next 15 years of his life before he fell off the roof, and he ended up in a nursing home, and he had to sell the house to cover the bills. And the guy who bought the house knocked it down because it was the only house on the block that didn't look like every other house on the block. But I got to go down there before it fell, and it was amazing. From the outside, the house looked relatively normal. It was big and looked pretty well built, but the inside was just randomly, chaotically filled up with rooms. Like you'd be standing in his living room, and the next room over was his bedroom, and it started halfway up the living room doorframe. Like you'd have to put your hands on the floorboards to hoist yourself up into the bedroom. He had a laundry room with 23-foot high vaulted ceilings. Every stair was numbered. Every window was painted a different color. And he really thought it would work. He really was trying to build this healing machine for Mary.
Now, in that clip, the narrator and director, Brent Green, explains the inspiration of the film, Leonard Wood trying to create something, a house to heal his wife. But it doesn't really explain why the film looks the way it does. Could you tell us?
The film is actually shot in stop motion. Even the live characters, and it is mostly live characters in this case, they're shot in stop motion so that the sound sort of floats over the characters instead of actually coinciding with their mouths.
And they have that very herky-jerky motion.
It's that very jerky movement all the way through it.
And there's also, he built the set himself. That's not Leonard Wood's house. He recreated the set.
He was just, when he found out the house was going to be torn down, he made a trip and actually got into the house and found the floor plans, found the blueprints that Leonard used. And he rebuilt the entire house in his backyard.
So there's a real theatrical quality to it. It's very fake looking.
Yeah, I mean, in most of his films, we have shown his short films before, and they are true stop motion animations that are very theatrical. They're obviously done on sets.
Well, I think both of these videos and the Rape of the Sabine Woman look fascinating. Thanks very much.
Absolutely.
Good luck with the exhibition. To read about the second program and to find a schedule of events, visit our website at artandseek.org. Chris?
Thanks, Jerome. To access our free podcast, go to the Think page of KERA.org. And we'd like to know your thoughts on the show as well. You can email us at think@KERA.org. I'm Chris Boyd. Thanks for being with us, and have a great week.
To learn more, go to KERA.org/think. Think is made possible in part by Del Perot Systems. Del Perot Systems develops and delivers a comprehensive suite of IT and application services, business process solutions, and consulting services designed to help customers succeed. For more information, you can visit Dell.com. By Southwest Securities, a nationally recognized regional brokerage firm that's been meeting the needs of Southwest investors for more than 30 years. Southwest Securities is a member of the New York Stock Exchange and SIPC. By the Executive Education Center at the University of Texas at Dallas, providing degree and non-degree programs to help corporate professionals and executives stay ahead. On the web at som.utdallas.edu/executive. And by the valued support of KERA members. Thank you.